Hey, everybody. All right, we're here. Podcast time.
Hello.
This is episode 6.
Yes.
Can you believe we're in episode 6?
We've done 6. That's like, January, February. So we've done like 2 a month on average.
On average. I think this is the 3rd one this month.
We've done a lot more this month.
Yeah.
We're getting on the road.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
So yeah. Okay, yeah, got a good marker when I said that. Hey, everybody. Just a little
Hell
while.
yeah.
So how are you? How's your week?
Doing good. Busy. Let's see. What is new? There was so much I wanted to tell you, and then we ate a sandwich.
Mm.
You know.
I'm full right now.
Right.
I went to go see the Batman again.
Oh, I saw that. How was it? The second, third, fourth, fifth time?
This is the 3rd time. I think I might go in for one more, depending. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think I'm good. No, it was fun. It was fun to see the twists coming, because I went with a group of people who hadn't seen it. So I was able to like anticipate, like everyone's like this is gonna be exciting. Oh yeah,
they're reacting the way I did. I get to relive the nostalgia.
Yeah. But
That's always so fun.
it was cool seeing things like I don't know, do you think it's far enough that we can go ahead and say spoilers? Or
what day did it come out?
it's about 3 weeks ago now.
Do you think it's got to get through like a whole 3 weeks?
My rule with at least with Marvel movies has always been a month.
So it would be too early.
Yeah. So I'll wait to tell you most of it. But there's like a lot of cool stuff. I'm like, I didn't see it the first time. What an idiot kind of situation.
Yeah. No, I need to go see it again. I want to catch those things. It was really good, complicated movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both descriptions.
Yeah. Like I guess I won't spoil too much, but like the how do I say this without spoiling it? The real world parallels.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff I found very interesting. Especially a second time around, I guess.
Jesus Christ. Yes, no, I read you now. Yes, there's a lot of parallels to real life. They are touching on them, but they're not really blatant. They're just kind of like
they're there.
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah,
definitely there.
But like I don't know, me as someone who like reads scripts and like tries to write scripts and stuff like that, I can kind of see sort of seams. I can tell when it was being written. Like each part of the movie felt like a different part of the year. I can't explain without getting into spoilers, but it felt like we're reacting to this. We're reacting to this. But now we're reacting to this.
Like
yeah, like we can spoil that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a good example of what we're trying to get across.
That was a quick reaction.
Yep, very quick
reaction because it just happened. But like it kind of failed in the message at the end because he kind of just told the government, do better. That was literally it. That was his big line, do better, which, yes, agreed. They're not listening. We're watching and we agree. So it was like very half-assed. Whereas this one, each thing had a answer and a beat to it.
Yeah.
But I can tell, because we were in lockdown for so long, I can tell where the script was being written.
That's fair, yeah. You can, I guess by like when it's filmed or like what scenes are filmed where, and you can tell when by which actors are there.
Yeah. Did you know that Robert Pattinson was not in most of it? They filmed the movie around him having COVID.
Really?
Yeah. Eventually he showed up and like, he filmed some scenes, but they filmed a lot of the Batman scenes without him because it's a guy in a suit.
Yeah, you can just do that. Yeah. He can just talk.
Yeah, like they can have like close-up shots of him wearing the mask and like, I'm Batman. And then like cut over to the stunt guy fighting and
Okay.
then stitch it.
I
But
didn't know he had COVID.
yeah, early, like once we started being okay to start okay, quote unquote, around this time last year, when everyone started moving around again, they started refilming it, and then immediately he got it. And then,
Dang it.
that was still early on where we're like, well, just shove him in his room.
Stay there for 2 weeks. Don't come out.
Don't come out.
Don't breathe. Don't touch.
Yeah.
Don't eat.
You stay alive. But then they're like, well, we don't want to like waste that time because we have all this time to like film this movie. And they're like, all right, well, let's just do all the Batman, like quick, all the scenes that don't involve him talking.
I guess that happens probably a lot more than we think.
Yeah. Like Endgame, Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
Like 50% of the cast, it's 50-50 that the cast is not there with each other. Like Doctor Strange in Infinity War.
Yeah.
He's not with Robert Downey or Spider-Man that whole time. He's not actually in the movie with
Really?
them. He filmed it afterwards. They filmed
no shit.
All the shots where Tony and Peter are talking to Doctor Strange, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then after, I guess he was finishing up Sherlock. Whoa.
Oh, okay.
And then he finished up Sherlock, and then they got him in a blue screen and then just filmed his parts.
Okay. I guess, yeah, because they pan the...
There's a lot of panning. Yeah.
Oh, I never...
Yeah.
I didn't notice until you said that.
There's a lot of tomfoolery like that, like in every Marvel movie now.
It's really clever.
Yeah. No, it's very clever, but like sometimes I can see it, sometimes I can't see it. Wanda in WandaVision.
Yeah.
The last half of that movie show was COVID filmed, of course. But there's a very specific moment where she has like a hoodie on and she's about to fly away. The reason she has that hoodie on is because they knew they would have to do some reshoots. So they were able to like erase her face and then get Elizabeth Olsen's face again, like record her saying her lines and then digitally mapping it to that scene.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
They're getting so much better at that.
You don't notice it until I tell you. Once you watch that scene again, you can see that her face is floating just gently above, or like, it's seamless, but like you can feel that her face is not there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I can go to each movie. Maybe we should do that for like a whole episode one day. But just like I'll like pick each little graphical thing.
Blow my mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's insane.
That's cool. I love movie tricks.
Mm-hmm.
You're awesome filmmakers.
Yeah. But you had a topic you wanted to share today.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes. It's top 5 vaginas of the animal kingdom.
Go on.
Yes.
I'm listening.
I did extensive research. This was like a whole week of me just going through which vaginas were the best.
Okay.
Humans are out. We already know that they're fantastic. So, and actually, when I told my mother that, she swore that if I didn't mention hers, that she would kill me. So I'm gonna just mention hers as an honorable mention. But whatever.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going down from 5 to 1. Okay. Number 5 is dolphins. Bottlenose dolphins, to be exact, because there's a corkscrew, so they get the corkscrew vagina.
Wait, corkscrew vagina? I thought they had corkscrew penis.
The males do too.
So they corkscrew with each other.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But purpose of the corkscrew is actually to prevent fertilization.
To prevent it?
Yes, because if it's more complicated and there's forced copulation, you're less likely to get preggers from the whole thing. And dolphins they're known for that.
So they're spoinking it out of there?
Spoinking? Oh, doink.
They're doinking it out of there. Yeah. Like, oh, really?
Yeah, they'll still do their thing, but it just keeps them from getting preggers.
Oh, okay. So it still happens.
It's all like complicated. But it like doesn't get in there all the way. Yep, that's why.
Oh my God.
They also have like an extra flappy than other orcas to prevent that as well.
Is the rumor true about humans and dolphins getting it on. I've heard various stories where it's male versus dolphin or female versus dolphin. Or I don't mean versus, but you know.
The only story I do believe, and I honestly, it's because I think I researched it, and I'm saying that because it was like 10 years ago when I was obsessed with dolphins and I was researching them. But I believe there was a very aggressive dolphin that this particular scientist was whacking off to calm down, and it was just part of her job.
I've heard of that.
So I that's really all I know, and I think from that story stemmed all the like urban legends of people fucking dolphins. I'm sure someone's tried.
Like there's always rumors like either a dolphin will advance a female or a male will advance a dolphin.
I do know that dolphins, they're very pan. They don't give a fuck what you are. Maybe it's not pan. They're very bestiality, so they will go after other things.
They'll fuck anything that moves.
Yeah, they're horny as fuck, and that's why they are in a group of like geese and ducks are in this group, forced copulation species. Okay. And that's where the corkscrew comes from, because these particular species do a lot of that.
Oh.
Yeah, the males aren't as fun in those species.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. So that's where the thwarting vagina comes from. That's what I should have called it.
Thwarting vagina?
The thwarting vagina, yeah.
So I shouldn't try it.
They'll thwart you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, precisely.
Okay.
Okay. The next one's really awesome. It's called the, I'm going to try and say it right, because it was really hard to find a normal name. Neotrogla curvata, known as a bark fly, but it's in a family of bark flies. So this is the specific species.
One more time.
Neotrogla curvata. It is the Latin name, so fucking forgive me.
Neotrogla collata.
Neotrogla curvata.
Neotrogla curvata.
Yes.
Is my favorite Harry Potter spell.
Neotrogla curvata. One of the forbidden ones. AKA the bark flies. This is the man
bark
vagina.
flies. Man?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is a Brazilian insect discovered to have evolved vaginas on males and penises on females. Literally down to the chromosomes. The females are the ones carrying the penis, and they fuck the male.
So then why not? What is the seahorses do that too?
Not exactly.
No?
I'm going to have to do more research on that, but it's what I used to think, and it is a bit of a misconception. There is more of a motherly role from the male.
Okay.
But still in this case, the female gets pregnant. So what happens, I actually found out because scientists talk like in detail about how it happens. But basically, the female will attach to the male for 40 to 70 hours. And during that whole time, he can't move or he's going to get ripped. So he has to sit still, and she basically just kind of like sucks up sperm.
So women, am I right?
Yeah, right. Can't live with him, can't live without him.
40 hours.
So I almost skipped this one because I was thinking, well, I'm talking about vaginas. Like, why would I talk about the female with the penis? But then I realized later that I was being sexist towards the males of this species.
Yes.
And that I was talking about vaginas, so the male vagina needed to be mentioned.
Question.
Answer.
Why is it a male vagina?
Because, so there are other species that kind of have a similar setup, but the male still penetrates the female. So sometimes, like, what's an innie will become an outie when it needs to be, and what's an outie will become an innie when it needs to be, if that makes sense. So, like, hyenas, for instance, we'll get to that one in a second, but theirs kind of reverse, but you wouldn't think so. And that's not what happens here. That's why it's an actual vagina. Like, it's a real vagina.
Okay. So it counts as a vagina.
It might be more of a vagina than most other insects, too, because most insects, they have what's called an ovipositor because they lay eggs,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's more of like sort of a pointy thing, but still an in thing that they'll like stick out and like lay eggs from. In this case, it's actually like the male has the real like thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Right? Yeah. This is like the only species we know of that truly has reversed this part of evolution.
The Neocolata jacalara.
We're just gonna call them bark flies.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling them. Okay. Actually, we talked about hyenas. That's number 3. So we'll move on to that one.
Ooh.
Number 3, the penis vagina. And there is a reason for this.
Penis vagina?
Mm-hmm.
You're just making things up.
Nope. No, literally, scientists call it a pseudopenis.
Pseudopenis.
I'm not making it up. So, like the other female, the barkfly, actually has one. This is a pseudo one. It's so close to one they almost admit it is, but it's not. It reverses.
It reverses.
It'll go in, and then the male can do his thing.
So is it sticking out?
Yes, it's 7 inches in length. It's usually longer than the male version. And they will use it for the same thing.
What?
To show dominance. Yes.
Oh, for dominance.
Yes.
Not for...
Because they are the dominant, females are the dominant ones in their species.
Oh, is that why Lion King?
I don't remember any females.
Do you remember the 3 hyenas?
I remember 3 hyenas.
Do you remember the leader? The one that could talk properly.
Female?
That was Whoopi Goldberg. Do you remember?
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen it.
Really? You have to check it out.
I can hear it now. Now that you're saying it, I totally hear her voice. As a kid, I just assumed it was a male.
I thought that too.
That probably is why. Yeah, you're probably
interesting.
Right. Because
her voice is very masculine, but once you know it's Whoopi Goldberg, it becomes Whoopi Goldberg.
She does have a wonderful voice. Yeah.
And it's not manly, I guess I would say, like, a deeper kind of voice.
Yeah.
So I guess that would play well with a hyena who do that sort of dominance thing, and she's the leader of the pack.
Yeah. Get that the females always eat first. They're very aggressive about it. Yeah, there's all of that. But yeah, they make sure that their clitoris is out and swinging around.
So it's out there for attack, for defense, popping out like a gun.
Yes.
Just like, watch yourself.
Yeah.
But then when she's like, do you wanna? And then the guy's like, yeah. Goes back in.
Yep.
Reversed. It's still in a pointed direction, but enough to like for the male to like go in there.
I don't know what it's like inside.
I don't know. I assume it's like, I imagined a balloon, like a reversal balloon.
So, yeah, that's based.
Is that
that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. If you have like one of those balloons that are probably like before a clown makes it to like a fucking dog.
Yeah.
It's like nice and long, and you just like push it.
Yeah, you push it in
itself. Yeah, I feel like that's what's happening.
God.
I mean, dude, this clitoris does everything. It's a vagina.
This baby takes 2 miles to the gallon.
It only opens up 1.5 when it gives birth to 2-pound puppies.
What?
Yeah, like 15% of these poor moms die because of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But why? I mean,
apparently, so I was reading because the females are a little different than how like a lot of males of the animal kingdom swing their dick around, and like they're really big about the more flaccid the female's pseudopenis is, the more likely she's the leader, and the more erect it is, the more likely they're submissive. And I found that really strange because I don't really know what that means.
Run that by me again.
If you are the a leader of the pack or one of the higher up hyena ladies, your clitoris is usually flaccid. So it's like,
it's just a flaccid.
So,
yeah. Flaccid skin just rolling around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long as fuck, swinging it around. And then all the submissive ones usually are more erect.
Okay.
Like, yeah. I don't. So I'm assuming, because I was trying to figure out, like I did try and look this up and couldn't figure it out, but I'm assuming like the females with dominance don't need to like really show it, and they'll use it when they need to.
Okay.
And that the other ones probably are just like, stay away, like really trying to show their shit, compensate. But that's the only thing I could think of. It's so weird.
Isn't that the same thing with human males?
That's that's why I was like, it's really strange. It's the other way around. Because that's exactly what I was thinking about.
When you put it that way, it makes it feel like. Doesn't it feel that maybe just like those big men, maybe they're impressive and they don't know how to express that. Maybe they're so impressive so they can't tell the other guy that they're fighting with at a bar like, my dick's big, because eventually they have to prove it, and they don't want to show each other's dicks off.
Because that's an embarrassing kick out of the bar.
Yeah, so, I think it's the same logic with hyenas then. They just have the guts for the follow through.
Do you see what I got?
Hyenas are more manlier. Female hyenas are manlier than human men.
Their metals. Fuck. Shit, this was
giggling the whole way through.
Yeah. No, they're metal. Jesus. Yeah, that's the penis vagina.
That's amazing.
Okay, we're gonna go number 2.
Okay.
Number 2 is pretty darn good. Kangaroos vaginae. I
don't like this.
They have 3 vaginas.
Oh, vaginae.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go.
I thought it opens up as like just an eyeball. You're like, well, you gotta read it.
Brown eye, your red eye.
This is a literal eye inside a vagina.
Oh my god, horror. No, they have 3.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I did my best to really find a picture of this one, because I needed to see.
Dear Lord.
And it's really hard to get a real picture, so only see really diagrams. But basically, there's these like 2 lateral vaginas, there's a left and a right one, and that's what the male kangaroo pierces, because he has a 2-pronged penis.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
so is the other one just there because there's like watch? Is it hanging out?
So right and left are in only, and the middle is out only. So there's where the baby comes. But it is a vagina. And
they never go in there? They never do business in there?
No.
They never knock at the door?
I did look at a picture, and there is a certain layer of tissue that makes sure things going in aren't very easy as things going out. So like this tissue kind of, imagine like a cone. Like a yes. Sorry, I was like, yeah. Yeah,
like the butt.
Or hymen, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's tougher skin. It's tighter. You're not allowed in there.
But it's like if you had if it was like foam, but the foam was kind of curved inward so that something could come out of it. So like there is that passageway, but yeah, definitely no coming in.
Okay.
I don't know about definitely, but there's not a lot. It's a guard. Yeah.
I don't know. Do they play with it, or do they just I don't know. It's there. Well, geez, show some love. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, if you're not going to be in this committed relationship,
right? He's like, I only have 2 heads.
You got a tongue? Sure, if there's there. Wait, that's the other thing I probably should ask from the other ones. Is this sexual pleasure for them? Because I know dolphins do.
They do. I actually did read about that. They're very sexy. I honestly don't think a lot of the other ones are for pleasure. They all seem pretty like stuff to season and like when it needs to happen, maybe hyenas, because maybe the females get something out of the dominance showing too. I mean,
They get off on being a girl boss.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, there doesn't seem to be any research on that. Actually, there is a point to that though. I tried to segue. I was trying to find how long and deep a whale's vagina was. Like, that's gotta be one of the mentions. But because this research was actually kind of hard, there's not a lot of research on things you think there would be, as far as like whale vaginas, because scientists keep studying whale penises.
Wait.
Like literally, they keep forgetting, and they're like, this dick, and they cut it off, and they do their shit with it, but they always forget about checking the vagina because science is a male-dominated industry. So
that's why we don't know a lot about female humans.
Back in the 70s, there was like a phallic museum, like made in somewhere in Iceland, and it has like all the penises in the world. But it was 2017 when there was finally a vagina museum. Like this is where it's at. Even at the funny level of science.
Did we begin then? Do we now know more about vaginas starting in 2007? 17? Oh no!
Here's the so the whale thing was a dead end.
Really?
What's happening is, and I'm a female and all females are going to agree. Most scientists were assuming that meant the female whale vagina was 10 feet deep because the whale's dick is 10 feet long. Well, fuck, that's not how it works in the animal kingdom.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Anyone who's ever
seems like a lot of conversation right there.
People knows this is true. So
it's a lot of scientists going, I need to come up with a reason.
Yeah. It sits. So and that's how we see it, but that's not exactly how sex works in the animal kingdom. So and a lot of female scientists agree. I'm not the only one that thought that, because I was starting to get kind of irritated, like, fuck, why can't I find this information? Yeah. How do we not know? This the world's biggest vagina's gotta be the humpback whale's vagina, and we don't know how big it is. Oh my god! But we know how big their dicks are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
It would.
I want to know. So
I don't know much of the mating between two whales. Like, is the same?
I don't think they have a whole twisty thing going on, but no, I'm wrong. There are some twisties, but they're not as crazy as the dolphins.
What else has it's mostly water animals that have twisties, isn't it?
Mostly forced copulation animals. I actually found that out in this research.
What?
The more likely that rape goes on in a certain species, the more likely the female part of that species is going to evolve ways to not get preggers.
Oh.
That's why geese, ducks, and these porpoises of certain kinds have the twisties and journeys.
So then, if the big R word is implied, wouldn't that mean that they all have an urge? Like what is that?
I mean, those animals I named also do this for pleasure.
Okay.
So I believe ducks also do this for pleasure.
What?
I believe.
The sweet babies?
We can look at Google. I believe that's the case. I think there's just something about being a little more frisky and then it coming with a little more risk.
What?
But I mean, bonobos do the same thing.
Who?
Bonobos, they're a chimpanzee. They're the closest to us in how we copulate.
All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That to me always felt like that's pretty close to the.
Other monkeys don't do that.
Really?
Really, they're also the only species we know of that makes out. I looked this up. I was very curious a long time ago.
That's hot.
Right. Well, bonobo.
Wait,
Let's go to the zoo.
The bonobos or monkeys? Bonobos?
Bonobos are monkeys.
Well,
they're just a type.
The type.
But all other like chimps, monkeys, no, they don't.
So really... the bonobo is the only type that makes out and fucks for pleasure.
Oh yeah, and like all year long, and they're poly as fuck. They're poly as fuck.
So, is this not the missing link? Is this not the guy we're looking for?
The bonobos?
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly thought about putting them.
If you take me to the zoo right now and you show me the bonobo and it's just a guy in a fucking monkey suit, no, that's the missing link. We were looking the wrong direction.
Morgan, get out of there. Morgan, come back. Morgan, that's not appropriate. That's not being poly, Morgan. That's bestiality. There's a difference.
I'm over here. It just looks like me.
You're like, oh, sorry, I couldn't tell the difference. All polyamorous people look the same.
Excuse you.
Oh, shots fired. I'm funny. I'm fucking funny. Oh, dang. I need to say number one.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Number one. Cicadas. You probably already know this one.
You said something.
Yes.
Once.
Cicadas. They are the knife vagina.
Yeah.
Yes. Their vagina is that ovipositor I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, they still take it up that thing, but they have evolutionarily taken in metals. They manufacture metals into their ovipositor that is serrated and to cut through bark and lay eggs. They have their own bread knife to cut through bark.
No.
Yes. Their own saw, and it's their vagina. It's fucking awesome.
Wait, so they rip through. Explain the process to me.
Basically how I understand it, and I got most of this information from Ologies, because there was like a really great podcast on it, and I learned so much about cicadas. But the way I understand it is there's this little their ovipositor just kind of sticks out a tiny bit when they need it to. And there's these tiny little serrated edges, and on the very tips of the serrated edges, just the very tips, there's not a lot, there is the metal deposits. And they'll use that, and they'll stick it into wood, and for a long time, just out and in, until it just cuts. Yeah, right?
They're fucking wood?
Oh, baby, what are you doing out with?
So they're literally fucking wood. They're just...
I mean, it's not really fun for them. It's a lot of work.
This is work.
Eggs. This is work. They've been put on this earth for one reason. They stay underground for, I mean, there's, I think, 3-year cicada, 7-year cicada. I know there's like 17-year cicada. But they have to stay underground for all these years. And then they come out for like 24, 48 hours to do all this. Yeah.
What? So the average human spends what, like 30 plus years, this is just me, trying to hook up with a person, and then when you hook up with a person it's awkward, and then you have to like try to like dance around it, and then you do it, and then it's just like, oh well, this is weird. Meanwhile, there's fucking cicadas just like drinking, finish up their coffee, just getting on top of wood, and like, oh, here we go.
Yep. I mean, sometimes they don't even get to that part because of the fungi that they catch.
The fun guy? Who's that guy?
No, you remember the shrimmy stuff that they were catching this past year, where like the bus were falling off and they were tripping balls and having like a poly party?
Yeah. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, those poor things died, but they went out really great. Like they literally were probably enjoying themselves, or they were having a horrible trip.
What happened exactly?
You know, I'd have to pull that up on Google because I don't want to talk about the fungi without knowing what it is.
Did they lose? What I'm picturing is that they basically had this all fungi stuff, and then all of a sudden they started going at each other with their knives?
Not necessarily. So the fungus, it's a parasitic fungus called Massospora cicadina. So you can kind of see in the name what it really affects. But basically, I think when they are underground, this fungus will infect some of them. And this fungus makes you want to have tons of sex. And it makes you trip balls because they're psilocybin in it. I always say psilocybin in it. And so that they're tripping balls, and then their butts fall off, and you see this little white tip. And they'll still fly around and try and have sex, even though like they don't have their organs anymore. They're alive for a while before they die. But this little like white tip, it's almost like a really big eraser or chalk, the end of a chalk stick, like a used chalk stick. You can kind of see, picture why I say that.
Okay.
Like it really looks like kind of the end of a chalk stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, they basically just they trip and they have a big old Dionysus party, and then they die, and that happens in 48 hours. And if you don't die, you're lucky enough to get to work until you die.
Isn't that nice?
Right. Dang it.
All those orgies you had back in college.
Now I have to work.
Yeah. You look back on all those orgies back in college, you're
like when your butt fell off.
now I'm really just working.
Did it hurt when your butt fell off?
I remember when I was a bougie whore back in the day, just sleeping around, and now it's like, damn, I don't do any of that.
Now you have to work. You are but
yeah, my butt's gone.
An ovipositor knife cutting through bark lane.
Just waiting to die now.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Good Lord.
Yeah, they live a horrible life. But man, like, life vaginas, that's why they're number one. Because they can cut through wood. Tell me any other fucking female that can do that. Well, wasp can. I actually learned they have the same thing going on. So we have felt those.
They're sawing through wood to leave their egg.
Keeps them safe.
And then the male comes in, and then they also have pointers or just a dick?
No, they just got a dick. They don't need to do any of that work. Their work is to get the female.
So the female, wait. The female's making a glory hole for the male.
Yes.
She'll leave her egg in the glory hole, and then the male will go in there, leave his stuff in the glory hole, and then that's how.
No, pretend like, you know how chickens have sex and then lay eggs?
Oh.
That's that way.
They have
sex.
They have regular sex.
They have regular sex. She gets fertilized, and then she's like, I'm gonna pop this little ovipositor out, and then she pops it out and cuts through wood and lays her eggs.
Okay.
Not too long after that, she's dead.
So they do the horizon dance before she gets to work.
Yes.
Okay, that's the part I wasn't.
The first thing they try to do when they come out of the ground is they come out. They're all kind of squishy and like gross looking, but they're also kind of cute. They're like cute because they're and then
that ooey girl.
Yep. That's what they're saying outside all night. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so they come out of the ground.
Barely legal. Ready for hot action.
And their little wings come up, and then they gotta like get all the little fluids out. And stretches their wings.
Shit. Yeah.
Exactly. It does look like it feels very good. I bet it's amazing.
There's a lot of male cicadas, and just like often on a field, just looking, just like, oh, that's so hot.
Can't wait for her to get blown up. And then right after that, they're just right at it. They're looking for each other. Sometimes I've even noticed back home in Oklahoma, because so many would lay their eggs in the ground, and it was, or not in the ground, they'd lay them in our oak tree, and then they would fall to the ground and bury themselves in the ground for a few years. And I would watch them come out and sometimes already like make their mating call before they're even ready. Like they're ready to go. They come out and they still got to do their shit. They can't have it when they're in their shell.
I remember when I was a teenager. I thought I could handle it all.
So when you were sucking your exoskeleton.
Yeah. My high school sweetheart's gonna be the one for me.
You're going. She's going.
And then she just started sawing a fucking log. I'm like, it's hot.
Oh my god,
this is hot.
So you know there was metal in that vagina.
High school was weird.
Metal vaginas.
Metal vaginas, man.
I am gonna make a weird mention because it's not a vagina, but this was just a miserable existence.
Do you have multiple honorable mentions?
No, this is
Just
the
this
only
one?
one. Yeah. I mean, my mom was one, but
Of course.
whatever. There's like the anglerfish. You know, the Finding Nemo one?
Yes, the orange one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys they live a miserable existence.
I've seen the movie.
So there's no vagina. They definitely do the thing where like everyone releases eggs and sperm at the same time in the water and like it all works out. So like there's no vagina talk here, but I came across them because they were on a list of weird vaginas, and I did have to read it. It looked fucking weird. The female can carry up to 7 males at a time, and when I say carry up to 7 males at a time, I mean males attach themselves to her and their blood vessels fuse and their digestive tracts fuse, and they have to live that way for the rest of their life.
Fuse.
They fuse. They're not an individual anymore. They are like Cronenberg's from Rick and Morty.
This is what a polyamorous monogamous relationship looks like.
It's a miserable existence. Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
How it works. No, like you look up the pictures and it's like, oh my god, no.
Can you pull one up?
Yes.
Good Lord.
Oh fuck.
Also, bless her. Like 5 to 6 men. No.
Not the fish mating. Yeah, I'm not the only one that's like.
No, like I couldn't imagine that. And then they fuse their guts and stuff together, like their eyeballs.
I don't think necessarily like that, but here's that's not a fucking picture. I'm just looking at Google Images to see if I can get a fast visual of what it is we're looking for. But I did.
And these are the clownfish.
No. The ones with like the little fucking lights.
I can believe those fuckers. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Those guys are weird down there. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, it's just
like they're fucking weirdos. Like we don't associate with those fish.
Here's a picture of one.
I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to associate with that fish. What is happening here? Is that
just kind of like looks like it just
is that his dick?
No, there's none of that.
Is that a BJ? Perhaps a BJ?
See, there's one on this one, there's one on that one. Like these guys, what a miserable existence. It's not like those bottom feeders that hook up to like a shark and like help clean it up and then are gone at some point. No, this is for life. And like
oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
disgusting.
There's a Pokemon that does that.
Maybe that's where it comes from.
Yeah, I think that's where it comes from.
Yeah, like look at how tiny that male is and then it hooks up to that lady.
So the male is the little one and the female is the big gapey one?
Yep.
The loud mouth?
Yeah.
I've seen this relationship.
He's large and in charge.
But with a meek little man. You know the kind. They love each other.
I've been taking care of you for years, and this is how you treat me.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'll go get you those Funyuns. It's fine. They love each other.
Oh, it's so nice.
Oh my god.
That's how it fucking works. And
the animal kingdom is weird.
it is really fucking weird. That is the animal kingdom's best vaginas and honorable mention. That's what I found.
I gotta be honest. I'm not at all erect.
There is nothing.
There's nothing
sexy about
this.
Most of these. They were just kind of metal.
I don't know that dolphin though.
I mean, we'll keep coming back for more. Be careful. You don't want to get stuck in a relationship there. That was so much fun to research. I was like, I told Ian about so many vaginas I found. Like, look at this picture. Look at this picture. Look at this picture.
Just showing just sitting there in bed with your husband, showing him vaginas. It's not what he's expecting. I'm going to bed.
This is a lot.
I'm very not aroused. Like a hyena.
Yeah, right. Like a dominant hyena.
I'm like a dominant hyena right now. I'm going to bed.
I'm chilling confident.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Huh. That was extensive research with you got little all your notes there and everything.
It was a lot of fun. I feel like I need to follow up with the best 5 penises of Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
And I have a feeling there'll be a lot more interesting ones that way because I already found quite a few I want to talk about, but I can't say them here then.
Oh no.
Oh shit! It's a whole nother talk.
I would say we can do it next week, but I'll let you like do the research as needed because I think it'll be easier to just do it that way.
Yeah.
Versus like get ready for next week because I think this vagina talk is going to keep us pretty filled.
Yeah. Right. Oh my. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Depending on
no pressure.
On skin.
Yeah. I should start doing some research. I've been meaning to. Like I figured you would do the more like crazy sciencey stuff like that, and I would do nerdy shit. I got nothing for you. If you can ask me something, I'll answer for you. But yeah, at some point I'll have to like have my own little research thing. There's things that I want to research, but
I feel like that's a good idea. Like the nerdy stuff's definitely in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things that are like that WandaVision thing. Like I know I can just blow your mind. Just like, what is this?
Actually, I started. The reason this became a little easier is I'm banking my ideas before I research them.
Ooh,
banking. I've kind of set up my journal to take down like different categories of things I want to bank, and depending on what maybe I emotionally feel like or I'm just more interested in at the time, kind of pick from it.
Okay.
And that made today a lot easier. So like I did this research I did it all week, but it really got serious in just a couple of days, and it made it so much easier because of what I wrote down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't have remembered it unless I wrote it down.
Okay. I need to start writing things down. Because this is a good idea. These are good ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking because we were trying to bank podcasts, I was like, why can't I bank all the things I want to talk about in the podcast?
Oh my God, you're genius. Is that how podcasters do it? Oh, that's how podcasters do it probably. Oh, look at us. We're learning.
Look at us
all of our 10 listeners.
On this wine. Cigar. I don't have a mustache, so it doesn't really sound like that. I wish I did though, if I could wiggle a mustache. I'd be wiggling at everyone.
I used to be able to do it when I had one, a bigger one.
I could, if I just let mine grow, I could.
You think I can pull just a full stash?
Oh yeah. Totally. I think you could. But I've never seen it.
It's always like a no around the family because I'll look like my dad for sure.
Oh, but
what do you think?
You're not your dad. You can do what you want. I'm trying to see.
I'll try it, but I'm gonna get nervous enough to like shave it off during the week.
Look, hear me out. Let's get a brown marker and just like color it all in and see what it looks like.
Okay.
That was easy. I was fucking with you, but okay.
There's a picture on my Facebook somewhere where I put on a fake one. It's like, maybe one day when I can grow facial hair.
No, I've been really wanting to buy the septum ring that makes it look like you have a mustache.
Like a real mustache or one of those things?
It's a little fake. It's a little wire, but it is long, and you basically have to like maneuver it kind of funny. But once you get it in there, it shouldn't be a problem with how thick mine is.
Yeah.
It'll just
complicated, but great for the lulz.
That's why I put it on my Christmas wish list this past year. I was really hoping my sister-in-law would get it for me because she was my secret Santa. But that's okay.
Oh no.
No, she got me one of those electric massagers that are like fucking amazing. The guns. So it's better.
The gun massager?
It comes with like all these different attachments. And, yeah, it has
I think I've seen something
setting like 1 to 30.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I want to get one of those things you dip your feet in. It has like hot wax.
Oh, yes.
Those were
I would
like
do that all
popular
day.
back in like the 90s or early 2000s.
I remember getting my was one of my favorite things to do when I got manicures. Stick my
Yeah.
hands in it, and they sit there and they like take it
Take
off,
it all
and you're
off.
like, oh, look at that,
Soft.
take off the skin.
Soft.
Yeah. Man, I could do that all day.
We gotta find a spa thing and see if we can do that, because I'm sure they have it. The my dentist is a bougie place,
Oh, you told me. But tell me anyways again.
and they set you up with a TV out right in front of you, so like you can get your teeth done and you can just watch Auntie Donna all day. And then they give you like a warm pillow. What else is there? Blanket if you really want one. And then they give you the wax. One day when I was there, I asked for the whole treatment. I'm like, you know what? Give it all to me. They're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, sure, all of it. And then they set me up. I had a pillow underneath my neck. What else was there? I had the TV.
Fucking spa day.
Yeah, kind of, but it was very uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable spa day.
And then they had like like bags of that wax thing.
Yeah.
And I dipped my hand in there. They massaged it for a little bit to have all the wax in there. Like I just like leave it there, just let it chill. And it was nice, warm and gooey. I'm like, just leave it. They're fixing my teeth. They're like cleaning them out and shit. I'm watching Auntie Donna, like, I hate this.
So much going on.
There's so much going on. How is this comfortable?
It's like they thought of everything.
Maybe
one step
one
away
thing.
from massaging your feet.
Was there? No. If they do that, I'd be okay with that.
I mean, I thought I was like fancy when I used to have a hairdresser that would put hot oil in my hair and massage my head before getting a haircut. Man, I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking sleep the whole time you do my hair if you're not careful.
That's
You'll hold
fine.
my head up, you'll mess it up.
That's fine.
But man, like it's so nice. Huh?
I like my hair getting played with. So when I go get my hair cut, I'm like, I can fall asleep like right here.
Oh yeah, and then if they do a massage, you're definitely gonna fall asleep. Yep, it was amazing. Definitely worth them the $75.
Is that how much it is?
Yeah, I choose expensive hair people.
I thought about going to like a Great Clips or a Cost Cutters, whatever it's, the little place around the corner kind of place. Just do it there. I just want someone to play with my hair. Just wash my hair for me.
If you were trying to go to like one of those quick places, I honestly think Floyd's barbershop's pretty great. That's when I need to do cheapos. That's where I go.
Floyd's barbershop sounds familiar.
They're a chain. They're around.
Yeah,
but they're a little more like the Auntie Donna, You're Doing Well.
Oh.
Where they're like all hipster and stuff. It's kind of like one of those places, but it's not super expensive. A little more punky.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
But it's pretty chill.
You know what? I did go in once. Yeah. Like, is there like a lot of like rock memorabilia?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A friend of mine worked there once, and I went to go visit her, and she cut my hair there. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Yes, that's where it was.
Those places, I like them. I mean, for me, getting like your hair done is it's an experience and a moment of relaxation. So when I do need to go get it fast, I go there because I still like the atmosphere and I still like the chillness of it.
Yeah.
And I'm in like-minded people. So okay. Sorry. So they know what to do with my hair, because they're all just a bunch of punk asses.
Yeah.
I mean that nicely.
Have you heard of? I don't think they're around because I'm sure the idea kind of like fell apart. But it was, or probably it's still going. I just don't look anymore. When I was younger, I wanted to like look for like sexy like places, and there is, but it's basically Hooters.
Okay.
Like they just cut your hair and they give you more attention, and they're you can see cleavage, which is, I never went in. There was one nearby, and I remember trying to go, but I got flustered. I'm like, no, this is probably, and it's expensive as fuck.
You're definitely paying, yeah.
Because you're paying for like the attention, and it's like, I don't think I want to do that either.
Some people really won't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't know if that's around. I stopped looking, but like there was a moment where like, could this be fun? I don't think I'd force it, especially for the price.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you there.
Yeah. So
for the price, you at least. I feel like I keep kicking your feetsies.
No.
Oh, I'm kicking my own shoes. That's funny. I'm like, try to keep doing your foot. What was I gonna say?
Yeah, but I think I like better the experience as like, ooh, I'm getting a massage. I'm feeling relaxed. This is like, this is nice. Like, just pet my hair, please. Yeah.
You want to know a petty story about me and haircuts?
What? I'll tell you my embarrassing story.
Hell yeah. So, my my first like long-term relationship of 7 years, about halfway through, right at the end of high school, he needed to go get his haircut, and his parents were helping him figure it out. And sport clips commercials were kind of sexy, and I've never been in a sports clips.
Okay.
At the time, there was something going on with like this lady being like really hot and this guy being like, whoa, on a commercial. And so I was under the impression it was one of those sexy places.
Okay.
And I mean, they do kind of make a point of like catering to a man, but it's not sexified like I was thinking.
Yeah, they just wink at you.
Yeah.
Because you're handsome.
And barely, like even
I get it a lot. Oh, you're handsome.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. I am handsome, and you will get a tip.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that.
I needed it today.
But his parents decided to take him there because they wanted to get like a quick haircut, cheap, and he's telling me he's on his way, and I'm like, come there.
What?
Yeah. I'm admitting right now I was being a bitch. I'm a totally different person now. And I'm like, you're not going there. And he's like, I just need to get my haircut. I'm like, no, you're just going there because girls. I was so like, I was just so afraid.
Excuse you.
It was petty as fuck. But
what did you hold on? What did you think was going to happen? Like, what was your idea of it?
I thought it was one of those sexy places. Well, like the sports clip showed.
But what did you think? What did you think was going to happen?
I thought it was like a Hooters for haircuts. When you said that, that's exactly what I thought it was. Because I also told him once he couldn't go to Hooters. I didn't know, like, I didn't.
Because my 17-year-old brain assumed sexy stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like, do you want one? But before we get started, do you want a quick reach around before we get started, hun? I was such a fucking idiot. I was 17. I was turning 18 maybe. But like, God. I was such a big idiot thinking that like it was one of the, like, look at some little no, it's just a Hooters. And there's nothing wrong with a Hooters, but like once you understand what the game of a Hooters is, it's like, all right, it's just girls with like low cut shirts, big deal.
I was like so insecure back then. I didn't know that like you could just go out to eat and not give a fuck, or if you did, like it not be a big deal still, like, you still don't do anything, don't be a bad person. Yeah. And that was something I didn't realize because, I mean, man, my parents were jealous of each other and they showed it. So I thought that's how it was. So it took me a minute. But yeah, I definitely thought he was going to like, in my mind, it wasn't like fall in love. But
were they going to kiss?
I had that thought. That did go through my head. I was like, what?
I've had that idea too where like, the worst thing that can happen is they kiss. Yeah. No, and it's it's that fucking Mr. Brightside song. That's what I was going through. Oh my God. Yeah, like it was fine. Everything's fucking fine. He just needed a goddamn haircut. I'm like, how can you do this? Like he literally almost like had his mom text me because poor guy. And you can send pictures back then, could you?
Yeah, I know. Well, you could, but it wasn't as easy, and sometimes it cost more, and depending on the service you had, and if it was Apple, it was worse.
Yeah, so it was still confusing back then.
And he always had Samsung, and I always had Apple at the time. Oh, so, like, definitely back then it was complicated. Yeah. Yeah, like, fuck, I don't even know if Facebook was on the phone back then.
Because that'd be a quick thing, like, hey, Mom, take a picture of me and send it to Haley real quick.
Even then, and because it's me, I definitely can say this, pictures didn't need to be sent. I needed to get over myself and just
of course. But also, I think seeing that it's like some sort of like Greek woman, like in her administrating in her 40s, is like,
do you want the haircut?
Do you want haircut or not? Do you want
2 inches, 3 inches?
do you want the Christopher Evans or do you want the George Clooney?
Oh goodness!
And it's like, all right, well, this isn't sexy at all.
Wait, what was your embarrassing story?
Oh, what was my embarrassing story? Oh, It was a long time ago when I was working at another sandwich shop. Not sandwich shop. It's a sandwich shop. But it was during a break. It was an hour long break. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get my hair cut, and it was like in this odd parking lot. It was still kind of new, so I didn't really know the area.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove around and I found this like little haircut place, and I realized it's Latin known. I'm like, hey, I'm Latin.
Yeah.
And I go in there. Of course, everybody's speaking Spanish. I'm like, okay, cool. I could deal with this. This is fine. I can speak Spanish. And then it felt like everybody was family.
Yeah.
But I think everyone was family because the people that were sitting down getting their haircuts were probably like the tias or like
Yeah.
like, okay, that's fine, whatever. So then I sit down and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and it's a very long time, and I only have an hour.
Yeah.
And then finally I like get up and I'm like, hey, should I come back later? Like, oh no, hold on. And then like it seemed like she's the owner, goes up to this, I assume 17-year-old son of hers,
Yeah.
whispers in his ear, says something, I assume along the lines of, can you cut his hair? He just needs he said he only needs like a kind of,
Yeah.
just a quick one, clean all this up kind of situation. So she's like, all right, my son knows how to do things, so I'm going to go ahead and let him take over. I completely trust him. Don't worry. He's going to be all right. And he had a serious face, I assume. He had a little bit of pencil, shavings around his face. Yeah. So it was, I couldn't figure out whether he was either 17 or maybe like an early 20.
Gotcha.
It was really hard, and he wasn't saying anything, and he had one of those like, is air coming through? What's happening here? Kind of faces.
Yeah.
So he's like, what do you need? He's like, so what do you need? I'm like, all right, clean this up. He goes, all right. He takes out one of those clippers. That sounded very bad, but all right, that's fine. All right, that's fine. All right, I said get rid of it because it was a mop. My hair was a mop, like shaggy mop. So yeah. Of course if you're gonna, and I've seen this has happened before where they use clippers to just get in there real good.
Yeah, put on one of those guards.
Fine, yeah. And then it kept going, and then he stopped, and he goes in front of me and pulls out some guards, and I realized there were no guards.
Yeah, you just like lost all the sides.
I was like, I like look in the mirror, I'm like, okay, this will be fine, I assume. And then he just starts with the guard now, and it seems like a heavier guard, like it's getting enough of like everything around my hair.
Yeah.
But not enough. I don't know.
Okay.
Do I have a picture? I'll see if one day I can find the picture, because I know I took a picture. But imagine that I got in a fight with a lawnmower. Spotty is the best way I can describe it. Like it was poking out of like this. There's like, like cheetah prints pretty much like all over my head. This top half was kind of just like here. And he was about to hit the rest of this, and I'm like, oh man, hey, can you stop? He goes, huh? I'm like, can you stop? And he like he knows.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh yeah, okay. Like, can we? And his mom is starting to notice that there's commotion, because this whole time I'm just seething, and like, I'm hoping this is gonna get fixed, and it's not getting fixed.
Yeah, it's not. It's looking worse and worse and worse.
Yes.
You're hoping it's gonna get better, and it ain't getting better.
yeah, so she like looks over. She's like, "Oh, hey, hi. Oh my God, hey, I'm so sorry." And like, "Oh no," pushes him out of the way and like gets him out into the back room and yells at him, I think. And then she comes back and she goes, "Okay, it's fine. We can fix this. This is a learning curve. You got to understand your customers, and once you understand your customers, once they come back again, you know what again?" I said. I said out loud.
That was very manipulative. Nice try, girl. Nice try.
Yep.
A little applause.
And she's like, "Okay, let me fix it." And then she did her best, but for the most part, I was basically bald.
I can't imagine you bald. You've always been fluffy.
Last year, during the later half of 2020, I did start cutting my hair. I could probably show you some of those pictures. It's similar, but I feel like I did a better job. But yeah, basically like pretty much clean, like whatever hair survived up here is just hanging out. And then we go up to the register, and she's like, "All right, so it's gonna be 26 something. I don't know. Like, am I not gonna get a discount for what happened?" And she goes, "Well, that is the $10. Fine."
Yeah, that's awful. Oh my God.
I was 15, 20 minutes late to work. I mean, that's probably on me. That's probably on me. I probably shouldn't have tried to go get a haircut in my hour break. But
depending on the place, I see why you thought you could have managed.
Yeah.
And honestly, at that point, you can go in and be like, "Look, I'm different."
Yeah,
I changed since lunch.
I went in there and they're like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, I'm late." They're like, "Okay, hey, no problem."
How do you don't even want to touch that at that point? You're just like, yeah, you're allowed to be late.
Yeah.
That must have been awful. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it was the worst experience. I'm like, nope, no, thank you. I never went back again. I'm pretty sure they closed down. Like, it was the worst experience.
She thought her son was gonna. She thought she taught her son. She did not.
I'm pretty sure she taught him to. I think he knew how to do buzz cuts.
Maybe she wanted him to take the next step.
That might have been
this.
Because yeah, it's like what I was asking for was probably a step up from a buzz cut.
Yeah, probably never take a haircut from a teenager.
Yeah, and that's also on me. There's a lot of points where I look back, I'm like, I could have walked out then. I had every option to walk out in every, like, there's one moment in that story where I could have been like, no, thank you. Goodbye now.
Yeah, there is a point where you're like, is it everyone's fault now?
Yeah.
My mom did something like that once where she waited too long to say something. She was getting her toes done, getting a pedicure.
Oof.
And she chose this green color that when it got painted on, it was kind of an ugly green. And she thought, let's see what happens. And she said, admittedly, ashamedly telling me the story, that all like 9 out of 10 toes were painted this color by the time she said, "I'm sorry, this color's so ugly. Can we just take it off?" And she tried to be nice, but it's already like she waited too long.
Good Lord.
And so the lady does all my mom's toenails a different color and does exactly what she asked for. My mom is gonna pay extra, yada yada. And then she says, "You want a design?" And my mom goes, "Yeah." And the lady pulls out the fucking green nail polish my mom had just chosen from before and fucking puts a design with that color on my mom's toes.
But
Yep. And honestly, like, my mom and I agreed. We were like,
yeah.
One, that was a little cheap shot, but two, you did wait for her to do 9 toes, and then she had to get back out all that nail polish remover. And
sure.
So, yeah.
Sure.
But I thought that was pretty fucking funny. She's like, "I'll show you."
Take this.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
But I'd rather have my toes messed up than the hair situation you got into.
It was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, I love my hair. Can't be fucked up like that.
Yeah. I'll have to. I'm sure I have the original photos somewhere, or probably not. This was like pre like the cloud.
Yeah.
When I worked then, but like I don't know. I must have the approximation would have been the haircuts that I gave myself during 2020.
We all tried. A couple points where I did was like, no, abort.
Also, friendship test. No, like I bring it up now to people, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that was weird." I'm like, "Could have said anything?"
French. Oh, with your hair.
When I mention it to people, I'm like, "Yeah, it was. I know I looked so weird," and I was like, "Yeah, you did look weird." Like, why didn't you say anything? Oh, hang on. You just accepted my truth. Thank you. But you could have said something.
Okay, so there's a reason why maybe I wouldn't have if I even.
Oh, we didn't know you. I don't think we knew each other.
If I did, there was a girl in high school that I once tried to fix her hair for her because we were that close. We were that kind of close. Her hair was really short and it looked really messy in the back. Like it looked like a big knot, and I thought that must be uncomfortable. So I was like, "Hey, honey," and I came up behind her and started like kind of doing my fingies. And I said, "You got a knot back there." She turns around, slaps my hand, and goes, "My grandma did my hair like that this morning." And
Excuse you.
She wasn't fucking joking. And I can't make it up. When I say it looked like a bird's nest, it looks like it's going to hurt when you brush it out later. There's like you might need to cut that off because you might not be able to brush it out.
Like a knot,
like a fucking scraggly homeless beard on the back of her head. I tried to fix it, and she was offended, and her feelings were hurt because her grandma had done her hair that morning.
Could it be maybe, I don't know, maybe she felt a little embarrassed, and maybe she...
If that was the possibility, I guess I didn't know because we kind of had a relationship where we would do things for each other like that, like, hey, your zipper's down, or, like, she'd tell me my makeup
was her hair always like this?
She always had a funny haircut because her grandma did do her hair. And her grandma, I think, did it on purpose because she had a thing with, like, not allowing boyfriends and, like, not dressing a certain way. And so I think there was a saboteur side of it. But I don't know if that meant she was, like, balls to the wall saboteur. Because her grandma wasn't evil. She was just kind of manipulative.
Okay.
So... yes, she did have a thing with, like, her grandma doing her hair, but I didn't know it was, like, important to her. I thought it was being a good girlfriend.
Huh. All right. I think I found one from 2020.
Oh, yeah, you look different without floof.
Yeah.
You could be in the army.
Yeah.
You look like an army boy.
That's a better looking picture. I know there's like a terrible one where you can tell it's just bad. I don't know. Maybe that still looks all right. But like it doesn't
remind me of you, no.
Like, is that me?
That is not you, no.
Could I do it again?
I think if you're going to go all out, go like shiny bald.
I almost wanted to. I was like this close to just being like, man, just Bruce Willis it for the rest of the year. But like, I knew that I would come across a lot of people just like, you've got a touch too far. I don't think we're doing this anymore.
You do whatever the fuck you want. I can't even make a decision.
Retroactively, I don't think I look good.
You don't look like Morgan. That's all you can say. It's not the same.
Yeah. So
who is he?
Yeah, I guess this is as short as anyone will accept me.
I like the floof.
Yeah, this is as much as anyone will accept because otherwise, I can clean this up. What?
The duck hairdos. You know the ducks that have hairdos?
Yeah.
That's what you have.
My friend has ducks, and all like at least two of them have like the nice little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, they totally have some hairdo going on. You got a duck hairdo.
Have you seen the new Pokemons? One of them's a duck. And it looks like it has a little sailor hat, but it's just his hair. Oh, it's so cute. That's so cute. It's so so cute. It's pass.
I don't know what it looks like.
I don't know. It literally looks like a duck, so you tell me.
Hey, you're not the corkscrews, you were curious earlier.
Those were dolphins.
If there's not a dolphin Pokemon, you're gonna have to choose one. This is a black and white issue.
Do you want to try Smash or Pass?
No, not right now.
Not right now. Not right now. But
no, wait, later.
Yeah.
Later, when we know how to do things and make pictures show up on screen and tickers. And I honestly wanted to ask if you could do a ticker for every time I said vagina, because I knew it was going to happen a lot. But I figured that would probably be hard as well, since we don't know how to do the pictures yet.
Maybe. I could probably do some. I could probably, if I remember and if I can find a way to do it, I'll do it.
I drink every time I say vagina. I'll be so drunk in this episode.
All right, we're almost at an hour 20-ish.
Oh heck!
Yeah,
that's quite a bit. Yeah, we should break it.
Do you want to wrap it up? All right. Cool. Do you have a random recommendation?
I do. Yes. I've been listening to an awesome band lately. It's not that they're new or anything, but Amaranth has been my new kick. It's they have a female vocalist who does like clean singing and this male vocalist who does kind of more gritty stuff, and it's amazing how they duet together. Their song, actually it's a remake from another band, but their song Army of the Night, it's just fucking great fantasy metal. Yeah. And their song Viral, I think, has a little to do with like the COVID era as well. And it pretty much smashes, but yeah. So it fucking slaps. I think they're great. I've been watching their music videos. I've been really like digging into their albums and stuff. Just been my new obsession, and that's my recommendation.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna recommend some other stuff, but if we're going down that line, I haven't been listening to it recently, but what you just said reminded me of and our talk of 2020, the Gorillaz.
Okay.
They came out with an album that year, and the original premise was that they were going to create the album and release it throughout the year, which is kind of a clever idea. But then, of course, everything happened. So if you listen to that album, you feel things. You feel the year. It's very interesting. Like they touch on a lot of things that without saying what they are. If you were there, because you were, you know what the song is feeling in that moment.
I appreciate the Gorillaz, and I don't listen to them very much.
Oh my god, I can go down a rabbit hole.
You're convincing me, and I would like to experience that.
All right, I'm going to recommend the Gorillaz then.
Okay. That as a whole.
Yeah, just as a whole. That one is called The Song Machine.
The Song Machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
From up to down, that whole album, beautiful.
Okay. Listen to that.
The Now is also a very fun one. There was one before, I forget the name of the one before that, but that one kind of like didn't hit as hard, and they weren't really on the album. It was a lot of guest stars. It was kind of neat, but it didn't feel Gorillaz. Okay. So then they, repented with The Now, which is the best chill album ever.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of vibes, there's a lot of groove, but it's all kind of, some of it's a bit melancholy, but it doesn't, I don't know, like I love melancholy music. I don't know.
Yeah. I've kind of noticed that vibe with you.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's one of the things that you've chosen. Because you sent me that one video the other day, and I was like, yeah, this is his music.
Modest Mouse?
Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense. I saw the music video.
I've been down a Modest Mouse kick. I want to recommend that one, but it's mine.
One recommendation per episode.
Yeah.
We gotta spread them out.
Yeah. Or there's another one that I wanted to.
Don't recommend Modest Mouse on this.
No, don't.
The next one.
Don't listen
to it this time.
When I recommend it, then you can do it. But for now, it's the Gorillaz. No, don't be rude. All right. But yeah, Gorillaz, the last 3 albums, all have been bangers.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you jump down that rabbit hole, you're gonna have a very fun time.
I think that's awesome. I'll
Yeah.
give that a go. Especially the last one, the song.
The Song Machine.
Yes, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that one's for sure a fun one.
I listen to Song Machine. You listen to Army of the Night, which is one song, so I have more to listen to.
Yeah. You listen to 3 kinds of albums. Get into the lore.
One song.
Get into the lore. There's a whole Gorillaz lore. Maybe that can be my research.
That'd be a really fun topic. Yeah, do that topic sometime.
Look at this book. It's an entire book.
Shit.
About the Gorillaz and their life, and like how they became, and how like just little adventures. Everything. It's a whole lore, and I love it.
I like that. That's awesome.
So I'll see. Maybe I'll finally make a good use out of this book because I never look at it.
Think save that topic.
Yeah. I'll give it a look. Yeah, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So those are our recommendations. If anybody, what's your favorite album or song? Leave it in the comments if you're listening at this point.
I'll listen to it if you do.
Yeah, we'll do that maybe. So yeah, cool. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been my sister from another mister, Haley. And this has been the Wibbly Wobbly Wallflowers. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.